This week on the Push Pull Legs podcast, what would we wish for if we had 3 wishes? Fitness, nutrition, and the world. Also, if you really like the show, guys, give it a share, give it a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff as we run no ads and it's all for you. Free content. Enjoy the show. And 3, 2, 1. Golf was fun, Dan.
Hey guys, welcome to the Push Pull Legs podcast with myself, Dan Meek.
And me, Tom Hall. You can already hear Dan's voice. There you go.
Golf was shit. That's what golf was. Oh dear me, that was not a good week, was it, of golf? But in my defense, I'm going to put it down to fatigue from having to do all my work, everything else I had to do, and then Tom was on form, so it was quite hard. And Tom's also a bandit as well, because Tom claims to be like an 8 handicapper, but he's actually about a 3 handicapper. He just doesn't play that regularly. So when he does play regularly, he turns into a 3 handicapper. So it makes it quite difficult.
Definitely not.
If it wasn't for the handicap, I would have won the first one.
Yeah, you beat me by one, but you beat me by 1 stroke, I think. Yeah. So
so there we go. If I'd have won the first one, mate, the compounding effect of that form on the others, I'd have won 4-0 as well. So really, you cheated. But whatever, it's fine, Tom. The big question though, Tom, is Tom, what airport did you fly out of in London when you came to Munich?
So I flew out of Gatwick.
Oh, cool. So what was your return flight? Where was that to?
My return flight went to Gatwick as well, Daniel.
Where was it supposed to go though, Tom?
It was meant to go to Heathrow. It was meant to go to
Heathrow. And did you drive to the airport and park your car there, or did you get a train?
So I feel like I'm going to have to go into this because I did say I was going to go into it in my stories and I knew this was going to happen because it was I messaged
only a moron would make this mistake, basically.
Oh,
is what we're getting at.
Right. So but before we set the scene, right? So obviously in the UK, shit's hitting the fan and train strikes.
That's nothing new. That's nothing new. Don't try that on like that's something new.
So on the day I was flying out, right, I had to go to my orthodontist because I was getting all my attachments off. So I was getting fresh teeth. Dan didn't compliment you once on my new teeth. No, they're not new teeth. They're just being moved. So I haven't got veneers. Thank you. I've got my Invisalign that I'm still doing a 1.5 years in. But yeah, so I went to do that. But so what I did was I purposely booked. I'm gonna burp. Sorry. I purposely booked an evening flight, and I couldn't book one like in the afternoon because then I'd turn up in Dubai at like 3 a.m. And yeah, me and Dan get on, but you ain't gonna get me at 3 a.m. So I would have to get a cab, and I couldn't bother, and he can do that. So, so I wanted to get there like in the morning. So I got the flight, which was from Gatwick, like the overnight. So I'd get there at a reasonable time to get picked up. And then I was planning on taking the train. So I booked that. And then I waited till last minute the day before because the train strikes are going to happen. So the Gatwick Express wasn't going to be on. And I was like, for fuck's sake. So there was no trains going south. So I was like, all right, well, I can either cab it or I can drive there. And then, so I booked a car parking space for like 80 quid, drove down there, like put my car, all jobs good. Oh, good. And then, obviously on return, so bear in mind, I assumed I was taking the train. This is what I'm going with. I can't actually figure out what I was thinking. I assumed I was taking the train throughout the whole time. And then I turned up at Dubai International, obviously on Sunday, about 3.5 hours early. Lovely job. So I could chill.
Good job by the sounds of it.
Fucking hell, yeah. So I was just going to go chill in the lounge, eat all their food, all lovely. And then got to the gate or whatever it is, the check-in desk, and she was like, "London Heathrow, right?" I was like, "Nope, London Gatwick, please." She was like, "No, you're going to Heathrow," and I was like, "Well, that's shit." I was like, and then I looked at my phone, I looked at the thing, I was like, "You are right. I bought a ticket to Heathrow." She was like, "Is that a problem?" And I was like, "Well, I've left my car in Gatwick." And wow. She was like, "Oh." I was like, "Yeah, I've done something really stupid." Even though I live pretty like half an hour from Heathrow, that would have been a better airport to fly out of. And I think it's the one I did last time. I normally go to Heathrow because where I am in London. And yeah, so that was good. So I was just like, shit. And this woman was absolutely lovely, to be fair. And whenever some like shit hits the fan with that, I'm not one to get riled up and angry. I'm gonna so I go with the kill 'em with niceness and be really, really nice and see if you're more likely to do a favor to someone if they're nice to you and say thank you and blah, 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 overly nice, be chatty and blah, 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 all this kind of crap. So I went with that route and I was like, oh, is there a flight to Gatwick today? I was like, I'd rather go there if I'm really honest. And there was, so the Heathrow flight was 2:30. The Gatwick flight was 2:25. So they're within 5 minutes of taking off each other. I was like, that's a bit mad, isn't it? I did know they're usually quite close together. And there's usually a few to London like every single day. So that was annoying. And the distance between Heathrow and Gatwick, I was like working out in my head. I was just like, all right, if I got the Heathrow Express, that'd be 20-25 quid in. Then I'd have to get across London, which is annoying. That's probably another £5. And then I know the Gatwick Express is at least 30-35 quid. And so I was like, that's about 60 quid in. And then I'll be really annoyed to have to get to the airport and then find a fucking bus to go to the long stay parking. And I was like, this is going to be ages. Or
plus
I could
the time.
Got,
plus the time.
The time is exactly. And I was like, oh. Then I was in my head, I'm like working out like what I charge what I charge hourly. And I was like, okay, fine, yeah, okay, cool. This was me. Just like, fuck's sake. So I left the woman at the check-in. She was like, yeah, you then have to go to the ticket in. And I was like, where's that? I was like, I'm one of those people trying to get a ticket on the day of the flight. And I was like, this isn't a good thing. And then I went up to the lad. I was like, I've done something really, really fucking stupid. I want to go to Gatwick and I booked Heathrow. He was like, he just laughed.
As would I, Tom. As would I.
I'm sure I'm not the last person or the first person to do that. So, and it's always something, I don't know. I was convinced I was taking the train. That's all I can think of because I booked it within 2 seconds of coming on to talk to you previously on like a Tuesday. And I think I was like either just like clicking through shit and I was just like, yeah, those times. I was either just looking at the times or I was like, oh, I'm going to take the train anyway. So that's fine. I'm not going to bother driving. So yeah, really annoying. So I had to pay like 150 quid for the pleasure of switching flights. But I got back.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Wow. I mean, only a moron would do that. But anyway, yeah. So, well, I'm flying into Gatwick a week on Thursday. So there you go. Yeah, I haven't got to worry about that though. It'd just be, I'm not stupid, so I'm fine. Anyway, hope you are good listening. And like I say, sorry for last week. Obviously, we were busy. Were we busy on it? No, we just didn't want to do one. That's right. We were too busy. No, I think I was probably busy doing check-ins all fucking day. And then we were trying to cram as much golf in as possible. And yeah, my mood was severely hindered by my golf performance. I was in a foul mood all week. Tom bore the brunt of it because he was beating me. But no, we had a good time other than that. It was all good. We had a lovely brunch on the Saturday where Tom drank I would probably say, I reckon Tom at the brunch drank more drinks than I've ever seen him drink, but was the least drunk I've ever seen him. It was weird. It was like the drinks I swear didn't really have alcohol in them, but Tom kept ordering them and he was like, doesn't say anything in that. Nothing in that. And I swear he probably had at about 12. And he just like at the end he just got up and walked out and just wasn't even drunk in the slightest. And I was a bit confused. I was like, this is so strange.
Oh really? Yeah, because like I was saying like, oh, we went to brunch, like all you can drink, all you can drink, all you can eat. And they were like, oh, did you get wasted? And I was like, no, I didn't feel wasted at all. I felt tired. Like I felt tired when we got back.
You can tell that the people, the packages they offer, you can tell that the cocktails they try and push you on, I feel like they tried to anyway push them a bit, and they give you more variety because they just don't think they have much alcohol to them. Whereas if you have wine or prosecco, you kind of know you're going to get smashed on it and getting bottles of beer. And Tom was just on the manly cocktails like me because I had them without alcohol in, so I was even more manly. But yeah, it was quite it was good. It was good fun. Yeah. Tom joined in with the Aladdin recital as well. A Whole New World. Tom loved that.
That was weird. It was odd, right? Obviously, because we picked one that Isabel would enjoy more than anything else. So,
shut up, Tom! Like you didn't enjoy it with the snake charmer and the camel.
Oh, mate, I was so annoyed because there was no asterisks on the little thing when me and Laura were looking at it. There was no asterisks next to snake charmer and camel. So there's me, naive tourist, thinking, oh, there's going to be an actual snake there. That's going to be amazing. I'd love to see a snake charmer. And then I was like, there's probably not. I was like, there's a lot of camels in Dubai, and like everybody's got a camel. That's how Dan gets around normally. FYI.
Yeah. That's what I trade my next wife in for, mate. Come on.
Laura's got 3 camels, maybe.
Maybe.
And then not if it's proportionate to size, then you're not getting much.
3 mini camels.
So yeah, there was just 2 people. 2 people as a camel, and then I didn't really understand. Obviously Jasmine, there was a genie who was doing magic, I guess, which obviously invoked our episode, to be honest. And Aladdin and the Aladdin and the camel did a conga line. Pretty cool, as they do. And then Jasmine came on, sang some songs. Obviously did a whole new world. And then me and Dan were like looking at it, we're like, I'm pretty sure Aladdin's just been employed to dance round.
Aladdin was not singing his lines. He was singing all of them.
Yeah, we were quite surprised, weren't we? Like we were waiting for him to burst out and like pass the microphone over, but he was just kind of smirking and trying to move in a Disney sexy way.
Yeah, because she said, oh, princess, let me show you. And it was like, well, that makes no sense because she was a princess. There's a few flaws in it, let's be honest. It wasn't the highest production, the highest quality production you could have.
And then it got very confusing when she started singing Frozen. And we were like, pretty sure there's more songs than Aladdin you could have went for. But yeah, okay. And then I don't know what other songs she started singing.
Basically, what you could tell that Tom was dying to get up there, take the place of Aladdin, and start belting out the actual song. You could tell he was so keen for it, but I had to hold him back. And that was before he even started drinking. So there you go. It was good. It was good fun. It was very good fun to have Tom here.
Of course,
we just need a babysitter all the time, so it's quite nice when Tom comes because we feel like we've got a babysitter. So.
I feel like that was as soon as I arrived. You and Laura kind of was like, "Hey," and then went off.
Here's Isabel, have fun.
There's Isabel. Like, I guess, and then I felt like it was absolutely bliss. You could go play basketball by yourself, and then go, and then Laura was just sunbathing, and I had Isabel for I think a full hour. I was throwing your daughter around in the swimming pool. So it was all part of the master plan to make me feel tired for the next day of golf, which I did for you didn't need to tire me out. I was already tired from flying, so I was just like, "Yep, cool, off we go."
It still didn't work, did it? So, fuck's sake, never mind. Oh well, I tried. Anyway, what have we got in store for everyone today, Tom? What's the thing we're going with?
I think we're gonna go with genie themed. 3 wishes, because it was a not a lively debate, but it was a lively discussion in the car, wasn't it? Between the 3 adults. Isabel didn't chime in.
She was useless,
So it's an interesting topic. So I think we'll spread it over. We'll do fitness. Yeah, fucking hell, Jesus Christ! I guess we have to do a fitness thing. Boring. I guess we should also just off the top, because we do have businesses to run. I guess. I know you've got a blitz that you're running for Black Friday. Do you want to briefly say something about that? I don't know.
We have. So basically, our blitz, our fat loss blitz that we do is changing. We're making it even better, adding a few features to it.
I'm in it. That's what's happening. I'm the guest speaker.
Can imagine. We are going from 8 weeks down to 6 weeks. Is one of the things we're doing, but within
was that a request? That was a request. Less Dan.
Yeah,
please.
People were like, "Fucking hell, can you shut him up?" So we're doing 6 weeks, and we're doing the brand new one. The first one is going to be, it's going to start on like the 9th of Jan, I think it is, obviously the new year. But we're running a ridiculous Black Friday offer where you can get a spot on it for 77 quid. And bearing in mind the 8-week one at full price is 177 quid. You can get it for 77 quid. But you have to be on our email list. So make sure you go and hit the link in the bio of our Instagram page, which is at Biceps and Banter Coaching. If you hit that link, you'll join the waiting list. You'll get the Black Friday offer. You can make a decision then based on what you think. But it's going to be absolutely fucking quality, because actually what we found with most people is they get the best results in those 6 weeks anyway. The last 2 weeks are always the hardest bit. So we were like, look, let's make it super quick. In 6 weeks, I reckon you can still lose 6 kilos in 6 weeks quite comfortably with what we've got planned anyway. So there you go. Get in on it. Get on the email list.
Beautiful. I guess I should vaguely say this you can get on the email list if you really want to for me. But the combine coaching will be. I'm opening it up, opening the floor. I'm going to give you basically. You can all start on like Cyber Monday, or you can just tell me which Monday in December you want to start. And I'm going cheaper than Dan, undercutting you, mate. I know. Well, it's I've only run like 2 before, so it's not as established as your product, obviously. But yeah, so combine coaching just for 65 quid if you want that, basically £65. Yeah, so all your coaching for the next fucking 8 to 10 weeks, depending on how long you want to fucking do it. So you have a testing week, 8 weeks of coaching, then a testing week. That is what's going to happen. 2 pathways, either ridiculous strength or all-round athlete. I will be writing a Hyrox based one because fucking I feel like I'm writing nothing but Hyrox plans at the moment. So and looking at a load of stuff. So that'd be fun. And there probably will be a football or field athlete based specific one as well. But the all-round athlete one actually will be more than beneficial for that. Is probably the best one to do, to be fair, unless you've done one before and you just want to go strength, because that one is pretty hard. So yeah, all you got to do is basically when you sign up, just ping me and then let me know which one you want to do. You have
so basically, if you want to get stupidly strong and eat burgers, sign up with Tom, and if you want to lose weight and get shredded, sign up with me. There you go. They're your 2 options, really, aren't they?
The data says 1% better every week. So, or is it 11%? Yeah. So just over 1% better every fucking week. So if you can afford not to be that, so
except in cardio, that was the only one, wasn't it?
Oh, that was the caveat.
That's because I swear no one did it.
That was literally because I got like 4 or 5 messages of just like.
I hope with that percentage, I hope with that 11% increase, you've not included the cardio because that was dragging that down, that average, mate. You need to.
I kept it. You need to remove it. There.
As honest 12%.
Yeah, I've definitely been going up, but I was just like, for fuck's sake, I was like, if you do your fucking ESD, I got one of my boys, Clark, at the moment, who's weirdly loving the ESD, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? Strange lad. Yeah, a bit odd, but I think it's just the competitive nature in himself because it gives him feedback straight away of like, yeah, cool, I've improved, and I'm like, yeah, and he's like, mate, my recovery is ridiculous, and I'm like, that's why it's there. That's good. That's why you've done 8 weeks. It only takes 8 weeks to improve as well. And it's just like, all right, you can be better. Anyway, that's enough. We don't normally sell shit much on the podcast, so that's enough selling. 2 minutes. Yeah, that's enough, isn't it? Wonderful. All right, we'll do 3 wishes across 3 different things. I think we will pick them on the fly because we haven't really thought about this already. Actually. So we've got 3 wishes that can be happening in the nutrition world, 3 wishes that can happen in the training world, and 3 wishes for everything. Basically, what would your 3 genie wishes be? And I'd just like to say what we got. We had a few that replied back to me previously, so it was very kind of centric. Obviously, the first person, the name beginning with C, said, "Duh, I would wish for more wishes." And I was like, for fuck's sake, of course you would. I knew you know who that is, Daniel.
Oh, yes, of course I do. Yes.
And, unbelievable. Yeah, we're not going to say your name, Miss CB.
No bueno is all I'm going to say.
Yeah, correct, yeah. There's always one. There's always, if I had a wish, I'd wish for 3 more wishes. Great, thanks.
Greedy,
and then we had the ability to eat endlessly and stay shreddies. Assuming that's stay shredded. Billions of pound. Probably want the dollar. No, what you want there. And health for all loved ones.
Yeah, you see, I think they're a bit boring, those ones. But
boring,
yeah. But no, the one
home. Oh,
the one with the person who said that they could eat whatever they want and stay shredded, right?
Yeah.
I've got an issue with this one because then being shredded wouldn't be a good thing. It wouldn't be because it's achievable for everyone. Everyone would have it, right? And the whole fitness industry would collapse. So if that person's in fitness, they'd be without a job.
But she's got billions, or he's got billions. So
okay,
so they don't need the job, do they? I guess
they don't care.
But then all their probably loved ones that are in fitness.
Yeah, there you go.
But but this is only to them, right? It wouldn't be to the whole world.
Oh, of course, yeah, only to them. Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
So everybody else,
I missed that one. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
All right, then the other somebody else was forever be lean. Cool. You can tell my followers are fitness based. Perfect health, unlimited income, and then nothing internally or externally can change it. I'm confused by that last statement, but
Yeah, it's a strange one.
strange girl, Lexi. And then have a happy home, being fully booked for coaching. Just don't know.
Just more money.
If I would probably still coach to like
I love it when people take the wishes and they're kind of like treat them more literally. Do you know, like, well, this could happen.
Yeah.
No, you've got literally anything. Like, that's the whole point.
Yeah,
like, fucking go crazy.
Anything you like. I'd be like, if I could, I would take a big gap on coaching and I'd come back and just train like 3 of my favorite clients and that's it. And just I'd work out with them. I'd have my own gym. Fuck it, they can come there. I don't know. And have own PT studio. All very achievable wishes, those. So.
Yeah, like, very achievable.
Yeah. So
people should start going after their wishes a bit more. Okay.
Right. So let's do. I'm sure we can combine. We can have our own, I guess. We'll do it as a podcast. We're basically one person. That's all right. We'll do 3 wishes for Nutrition World, unless you really want your own. I'm sure we can agree on them.
We can combine
3 wishes for training and 3 wishes for everything else. Basically.
So, when you say Nutrition World, I think you mean like it would affect everyone, rather than just me and you.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess. Okay,
right,
so
you make the rules, mate. You come up with them.
I gotta make the rules. No, this doesn't affect me and you.
Okay, just me and you, right?
Fuck
okay,
everybody else.
Fuck everyone else. Perfect. All right. Well, nutritional rules would be that, like I said, we can eat whatever we want and not gain any weight. That would be number one. Like, obviously, like, why would you not do that? I think I would go with. I would have a pill that you can take that optimizes all your health markers instantly. That you take every day. No, maybe not every day. Just take it once. Fuck it. Just take it once.
Yeah, exactly.
That would optimize all your health markers instantly for you and your body, because obviously that'll be different for people. There you go. That's mine. First one. And I'd let you have a tablet, Tom. I'd let you have one.
Oh, thanks.
Right.
Thanks.
There you go.
I would have one of those tablets.
Yeah.
Okay, now. I bet you'd give me the placebo pill.
Probably, yeah.
You're like, I feel great. This is amazing. Yeah, 3 wishes in Nutrition World. It's an interesting one as well, because I think some people will be like, "Oh, I want endless amounts of this food," and I don't think you want that, because obviously you want variety, and the scarcity of food is probably what makes it good. And
yeah, see, I think even if you said to someone, right, you've got one type of food that's calorie free for you, people still wouldn't be able to kind of diet really, really well. They would be able to diet really, really low, but you get sick of it, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
you would just be a bit like, oh, fucking, I'm more chocolate. I can't bother. I really want crisps, but they're bad for me. It's only chocolate's not. Do you know?
Yeah. So we're going with the pill that's going to optimize health markers, no matter what you eat, right? That's
no matter what.
No matter what you're doing for the rest of the time. And then I guess it's the other one will be able to eat anything and it will not have any effect on you, essentially. But but what if you want? It's a weird one as well, because if we're eating doesn't matter, does it? Because we're still going to be able to get optimally strong, like.
Yeah, you see, I think within the pill, I believe that optimal health markers would include a certain body fat percentage. You wouldn't be able to go above, because optimal health would require you to be around a certain body fat percentage. And some could even argue that you wouldn't be able to go lower than that as well, because that would be deemed unhealthy. But
yeah,
it'll be within a range, right, where you can go higher than that. So yeah,
so it would be an interesting thing, because say obviously if we need to get stronger, we need to eat more protein. Would that still be the case? But obviously, just the calories don't matter.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So I think calories don't matter, but macros do. For only gaining and leaning out, I guess. Gaining strength more than anything else. I think we should say you can eat whatever you want and your training performance will not be hindered in any way, shape, or form. There's a lot of caveats. This is to these.
Well, no, okay. Let's combine it with the training wish. The training wish is that you would always reach because you see, I think that takes away the fun. If you said, "Oh, you always reach your goals," it's like, well, what's the fucking point then?
Yeah. You might as well just, all right,
Because it's like the whole thing with
one bicep
working, isn't it?
curl and then
Yeah, it's like the whole thing with working, like the unlimited money argument. It's like, yeah, but you'd never have a reason to do anything.
you never have
And some
a kind
people
of
say that's
sense.
great, but you would get bored after 4 weeks.
Yeah.
4 months, maybe. 4 weeks. 4 months.
40 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one.
Because you're risking, I feel like, sense of achievement, all that kind of stuff, and it will just be a very mundane lifestyle. But then do you turn your hand to other shit, basically? So you end up doing lots of charity work, which probably would be the case of all this kind of other
yeah,
shit.
Maybe that's what it would be.
Yeah, and that's the sense of achievement that you'd have to do.
Or you do like your dream job, and like because it's you don't care about the money side of it, you would just be fine doing it at amateur level or whatever. You know, you would just if you want to be a photographer or something, wouldn't matter if you were not getting your photos published anywhere or an accountant because I love that one apparently.
Yeah, you do. Then you just got the big book of jobs, and you've just only turned to the first page, and then you're like, accountant, wonderful. I've done that one.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
So yeah, we got one more nutrition one. It's a hard one, isn't it? How to put it up.
I'll tell you one thing that I would do in nutrition is that I would, again, it would only affect me this. I don't really care about it actually as much because I don't drink it anyway. But I would definitely, if it applied to the whole world, I would definitely make alcohol this like, I'd do something with it whereby people weren't so obsessed with it. Put it that way. I'd make it like a null thing that didn't get you drunk, didn't do anything to you.
What? No, you need the buzz, mate. I totally disagree with this.
One of the things, you know, that I'm noticing more and more and more is just how bad alcohol is for people and like the general world. It's such a crux for so many people. And it's easy for me to say as someone who doesn't really drink, right? I drink like maybe twice a year.
Dan got a headache off like a half a Kopparberg, FYI.
Yeah, I think that's the pizza, to be honest. More than fucking carbs in it. I just think that a lot of people would do very well never drinking again. Physically, mentally, job-wise, everything. Like so many things. And I think there's so many clients of mine, it's like, and not even my clients, other coaches' clients and people that we work with and know of. And alcohol comes up all the time as something. It's just like this crux. It has a hold over so many people. And the way that society views it, it just frustrates me a bit. But anyway, that's another topic for another day. But like, yeah, the amount of like clients and stuff that just get like pressured into it and like, I can't go out because otherwise I'll just drink. I'm like, fuck me, really? Like, yeah. I don't know. I just think there's something, I think the whole society will be much better off without it, put it that way. Because we learn to socialize without it, for sure. Like you just learn.
But I still think the ability to kind of lose your inhibition slightly and open up off alcohol and unlock certain things of your personality that you wouldn't show without it. There is a reason for it. It's just such a like it can be such a leveler. And
I think the cons outweigh the pros, to be honest, for that.
Because I'm incredibly like chatty, like drunk, and yeah, I know like you can say things and chat. I'm far better at chatting to other humanoids when I'm a little bit drunk. I'm far more socially awkward when I'm not. So which is why I only talk to Dan every week, and that's it. Yeah, so it's an interesting one. I would agree from a productivity standpoint, definitely. But I think a lot of social relationships would be very much hindered. So I think you'd have to, there would be if you had a wish, this is a very sad wish, Dan, to just try and restrain people where they have a limit of getting this drunk. It'd be like, you can get this drunk and then alcohol doesn't have an effect on you past your buzz. And that's it. I feel like
Yeah, that would be mine. Bit of a boring one, that one, isn't it? But I couldn't know what it does.
Right, free. Well, I think we've covered because the big ones are just going to be health markers on nutrition and just being able to have calories that are limitless, right? Surely that's the big thing. And I think maybe in nutrition, I guess it's like I want the ability to. This sounds just like have a shop that I'm able to go in. And at any time, I always get the product that I want It'd be like, or the fridge. And I'm like, I can think of the product or think of the food and it will arrive within, sounds like delivery, really. It will arrive within 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It will be there and it's like, boom, that's what I've got. That's what I want. I want a magic door and I can just think of the thing I want and that's where it is. And I'll be like, boom, there's my magic meal. Lovely job. Off we go. So if I'm like, all right, I need some ramen from like Bone Daddies. I can just be like, click, boom, there it is. But I need the 10-minute wait or something like that so I can settle. I don't want it instantaneous, I don't think. Otherwise it's too greedy. I'm like, no, I've got to sit around for 10 minutes and that'll be fine. I can go do something productive or just get excited about it. I want that in my nutrition world. Yeah, that's the thing. The ability, basically I want the dream restaurant, really. I need the dream restaurant. The ability to, amalgamate any food that I've ever had or want. Be any food I've ever had. Yeah. I can try different shit. Right, training world.
Number one would be that you can do Bulgarian split squats and you don't feel any pain, but you get all the benefit. That'd be mine.
DOMs are no longer a thing.
Yeah,
don't need
DOMs don't exist.
DOMs don't exist. That's fine. CrossFit doesn't exist. And ridiculous classes don't exist. What would I do for training? In the training world, I feel like it's what have you done for me lately? And gym music has really fucked me off lately. And I want the ability to whatever music I don't know. I don't always want to wear my earphones. So maybe specific to where you are, you can have the soundtrack that you can only listen to. So that you never have to use your headphones, but on different waves, you tap into what's happening and then it's got your track or your Spotify playing to you. Why hasn't that been invented yet?
No idea, mate. That's a good one,
yeah. So you don't have to wear earpods or whatever, so you can still talk to people, but you would only hear the background noise of what you want to listen to, whatever your favorite podcast, for example. So yeah, that would be wonderful. So and not everybody has to listen to the same thing. That would be good.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That's going to be happening in my training gym world. And then I think I guess there's got to be something about getting strong and fast and blah 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 blah. Surely. Yeah. We're not keeping these realistic, are we? I want to be the strongest and fastest human in the world. Fuck it.
Why not? Yeah, you can. Why not? Yeah, have that wish. Yeah.
But
I would want to be. I'd want to be the first person who could, run 100 meters, break the 100-meter world record, but also the powerlifting world record. There you go. Why not? Same time.
But you wouldn't. I think Dan.
I almost said break the marathon record, but I wouldn't want.
I know. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. I was like, I've noticed you pick things that are done very quickly. You're like, I will be able to row around the world the fastest. Nah. You're like, nah, that's taking too long.
I'll do it as long as I can do it in 10 seconds. Yeah. Too much time, mate.
Yeah, I think there's you can be as strong as needed, I guess, and as fast as needed as whatever you want to achieve. So you can turn, if I say, I want to run in the Olympics, I know I'm going to win. So I'm going to be like, yep. But do you want to know you're going to win? Maybe I don't know. I've got a Men in Black kind of flash thing going on my brain. I don't know, but I could win. But I will win, but I don't know. Everybody else doesn't know, but the genie knows. Only Dan knows I will win, and vice versa. But we both can't win. So that's the point.
Yeah.
But you need some sort of mind. Yeah, I think a lot of mine to do with mind. Apparently, I want to not know, but I will win. That makes sense. So it's still a surprise to me. So I still get the benefit of surprising, and I've achieved something. There you go. 3. Right, the big ones. 3 wishes for everything. So this is what we were talking about, weren't we? Because obviously a lot of this boils down to family, to friends, to money, basically, if we're really honest, and assets and a lot of this shit. And what we were talking about was how much is it enough, or do you just want limitless, or do you still want to earn it?
I just think it's I just think it's an interesting one, because I just think if you had like you said, limitless money. It's kind of like you go, okay, well, what would you do though with your life? And I think yours is a good one. Work in charities, work in dog shelters, whatever. I think yeah, cool. But so like if you had limitless money, right? This is the whole thing I have with these and again, it's all hypothetical, but run with it. If you had limitless money, you could effectively go around and give every single person in the world £1 billion.
Yeah,
but that wouldn't work because the whole world would collapse and the whole world structure and how everything works collapsed. So, it's one of those you kind of go, okay, like how realistic we be and blah, 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 that shit, right? So I don't think you can say limitless because I don't think it works. But, if you Jeff Bezos level, right? Jeff Bezos level, let's say. That's as close to limitless as it's probably going to get. So then you start going, okay, cool. Like, you wouldn't need to work. What would you do? That sort of thing. I think you study something to do. And I floated the idea that I would quite like. So the question came up the other day from someone. It was like, would you rather have £1 million now or £10,000 every month?
No, we were discussing this.
Yeah. Would you rather have £1 million now or £10,000 every month for the rest of your life? And I said £10,000 a month for the rest of my life. Not because the number's more than $1 million, because if you invested $1 million correctly, you probably would get £10,000 a month. So that probably. My view of it is that if it was guaranteed £10,000 a month for the rest of my life, I wouldn't need to worry in the future where things were coming from. If I had £1 million and I invested it correctly, I may get £10,000 a month, but I also may not. And it's kind of like you still have to manage that money. You still have to work month to month. You still have to think about how much might be coming in and out. £10,000 a month, right? You can add it to what you're earning and you've got a buffer there and you could still do your amount of work and you'd still kind of live your life as you would normally, I feel, but you just have the security of knowing your future's taken care of and you can plan ahead a lot. Whereas I think with £1 million in the bank, if you were to like buy a car and you have to insure that car, it's like, well, you just spent some money, have to insure it. Again, you buy a nice house with all that money, but then you have to pay all the council tax on it. And it's like, well, can you afford that in the area you live in and all that sort of shit?
pay all the council tax.
Well, no, because I mean, like on the side, like no, because based on the size of it, if it's £1 million, right? So the council tax will be more, the bills will be more. So it's like, okay, if you spend all that £1 million, you may not be able to afford it every month. That's my point, right?
But also, the way you hopefully would. But then if you spend it all, that's
well, exactly
as well.
Because some people would, though. That's my point. Some people would spend it all.
Say, like, so the flat I'm currently in, I'm unsure how much this would be. Over $500,000.
Easy.
Pretty easily. Easy. And that would be a case of like, yeah, you wouldn't even get like I've got a fucking 2-bed flat in London, right? And yeah, that's going to be the case. Is like $1 million ain't going to get you very far depending on where you are. But so my argument was you probably still go on living your life. But yeah, if we invested and did compounding interest, most likely you're still going to earn more than the 10 grand per month accumulatively over the same time frame. And then you'd be able to live off the interest of whatever. Obviously, compounding interest. Let's say, I use the example.
If you're living off the interest, it wouldn't be compounding because you'd just have $1 million. It wouldn't be compounding at all if you lived off it.
But say with it. But then, what are you doing with the 10 grand? Are you never going to spend it? I'm still earning what I earned it.
My point is the 10 grand a month is forever. Doesn't matter how long I live, it's forever. And I feel like the security.
No, you said 10 years. You said 10 years.
No,
the first
said forever.
You said, all right, forever. Then yeah, of course I'd take that.
You plan ahead of time. That's what I mean. You plan for everything. Like that's the common thing that comes up on social media. That question is asked. The amount of people that choose $1 million straight off the bat, and then they say things like, "Oh yeah, you just get compound interest, live off the interest." It's like, oh my god, like you could do. There's ways of doing it. There's loads of ways of doing it. It depends on what kind of person you are. I think having £1 million in the bank, you would chip away at it. You would buy yourself something nice. You would do this. You would do that, and eventually it would disappear. I think 10 grand a month, you kind of go, right.
I'd buy all the lottery tickets and then I'm guaranteed to win.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think put it this way, there's a reason that people who win the lottery go broke very quickly. And it's because they've got no skills in terms of managing the money. That's why. They don't know how they got it. And I think that's the thing. That's my key thing is if you got given $1 million,
if I won the lottery, if I won like the lottery, I'd be like financial advisor straight away. I was like, yep.
See, I don't know. I think people say this. But then I always sort of think that so many people must say the same thing.
You reckon?
You can't tell me that they don't get given some sort of advice or help. And people go, they don't need it or whatever. I just think what happens is you get so lax with it. And like, oh yeah, here's this, here's that. Before you know it,
then
it all adds up and you go, oh fucking hell. Actually, it's not that much money as bad as it sounds. £1 million, obviously it's shitloads. But I think some of them win 10 million or something. They just go broke because, again, like I said, they buy the nice house, they do all those nice things. And you go, actually, can't really afford it. like in the longer term. Yeah, I just think it, and they quit their jobs, they do all these things, they don't think about it, and they realize that actually it's going to run out at some point. But anyway, we've drifted away from the subject matter.
Anyway, 3 wishes for all the world, and then we started talking about like obviously you were like, it's fucking not a Miss World competition, Tom. It's like world peace, and then we were saying world peace won't work as well. Because you have to, there's always going to be two sides. Unless I made everybody the same and having the same views, blah blah blah. Yeah. Maybe we eradicate like wars or something like that, so nobody is going to purposely kill someone again. I guess that would be something. But then again, I don't want to take away different cultures and different personalities, because I think that's a fucking boring world to be in if we were all fought the same thing. And let's be honest, that most of the wars that we used to be in, bearing in mind, I'm pretty sure I'm saying this, that the UK was in the most wars of any country. If even people be like, what? Yeah, we're very peaceful. Bullshit. And we go around starting them all the time. And if you're going to go through that, it's just going to be like most people. That's why sport was created, basically, so we can compete with other countries against them. Really, it's a substitute for war in a way. So, and I don't want people to have the same personality and same kind of thought process, because that is a dull world. Imagine if we all like the same music. Imagine if we all like the same sports. Oh,
yeah, I think it's the same thing like with the endless amounts of money thing that we argued about. You just couldn't do it because the world wouldn't function.
Work as well. Yeah, it's like, all right, click your fingers, world peace for 2 seconds, and then, all right, okay. Somebody's gonna be pissed off. Oh, the Russians are pissed off again. Okay, cool. Off we go. Is it just be like, okay, I would make my wish for no purposeful like murdering or genocide or something like that anymore.
You could be like the Minority Report, where it's like, is it Minority Report? Is that the one where they catch criminals before they actually commit the murder or the crime? I'm sure that's what it was. Have you seen it? Have you seen Minority Report?
I have seen it, but that's a long, long, long time ago.
Oh, it's a long time ago. Yeah.
I don't have Minority Report Fridays.
That's it. It's the main theme is the classic philosophical debate of free will versus determinism. So again, it's this whole like free will. Everyone's got free will, and then basically, as soon as they're about to commit a crime, they basically predict it in the future, and they can basically figure out that that's what they're doing, and they stop them doing it. That could be better, because then you kind of like saying, okay, cool, okay, you can commit murder. Well, yeah, you didn't, but we're going to put you in jail anyway because you were going to, and they can prove it somehow with
that'd be good. Report, yeah, let's do that one. The trigger of Minority Report, which is going to keep the world turning around. I want enough money to feel for all my wants to be good, and then I could help people. For example, that I can go off and do charity work and help people. And
do you know what I'd be? One of mine would be is that I would be a professional footballer.
Good golfer. Oh,
or a good golfer. Because I think you would then.
That's an interesting one. What would you be? Would you be like
that amount
top
of
10 in the world for golf, or would you be like Prem star footballer? What would you rather
do? Tough one. Footballer, just because I think a bit more.
Again, gone for the shorter period of time.
yeah. People well respected, but also I enjoy playing golf, and I feel like if it became my job, I wouldn't enjoy it as much. But anyway, I think I would be a footballer.
No, but it wouldn't have to be your job. You'd be like, you're right. You just good at it.
You always win, and you get all the money anyway. Whatever. That's the way I think I would. I would do it, because then you'd have both of those things. You would almost have a job plus all the money that comes with it.
All the money.
All that sort of stuff. Yeah,
because that's the thing. I would rather have a ridiculous talent that I'm able to monetize. Yeah. So therefore I can do that, and then you get known for something. Yeah, I'd rather go that route, I think, and then you earn the money in a certain way.
I wouldn't want to be a live. I still wouldn't want to be a live golfer though. No way. No. That's boring. Proper golf, like competing and that.
Yeah, fair enough. Being a team. Right, we've got one more, I guess, because we've gone for. Getting a talent to monetize yourself, and then
obviously family or healthy, and that jazz. That's a given. Obviously, everyone would love that, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So we have to do that one, don't we?
I guess we have to have that one. Yeah. We'll keep our family healthy, and blah blah blah. They're never in trouble. Let's say never in trouble. They will. I guess we can extend that to friends as well. And I don't mean fucking all your Facebook friends or Instagram friends and online friends. I mean like friends. Like if the people I would want to hang around with for I think what's the there's a definition of friendship, isn't there? If your flight was cancelled and you had to wait for another flight with a person that you bumped into at the airport, would you spend the next 4 to 6 hours with that person in the airport, or would you rather go sit somewhere else?
Is that the thing? Is it?
There's a like a commonality of friendship, or whether
I've got no friends, then, have
I? Dan, if we were to fly together, yeah, he's going, I'm going in the other lounge, Tom. I'm like, what? I thought you'd got for this one. Nah, I've got a special.
No, I'm getting this way, mate. Yeah, don't worry about it.
We're on the same flight. Nah, probably. I don't know. Goes to change his ticket. Classic.
Yeah.
I'm flying to Heathrow this time. Yeah. So I think we've determined all of ours there. Wonderful, mate. Good. Very philosophical podcast. Anyway, before we bring it to a close, I guess we should just decide not decide. What's happening with your training right now, Daniel? People always tend to want to know.
I've been very bad this week because obviously you've been here, so I got back into swing. Front squatted Monday yesterday, so that's Monday I front squatted and felt good actually, felt quite strong. So yeah, all good.
Lovely. My training has turned up. I've trained both days since I've been back, and also I found out I'm pretty confident in this. If left to my own devices, and I'm not conscious of eating, I think I eat more than you, Laura, and Isabel combined.
Yeah.
I think that is a true statement. From obviously, I've stayed with you guys many like days and nights and stuff, and this is probably the most aware I was of how much either I eat, but I don't tend to. I stick around like 88 kilos no matter what. Without if I eat a lot, but then I've got the kind of consciousness to back off when I need to, and then. But yeah, literally like 2 or 3 people. I'm pretty sure it's just because I shaved when I got home. I was sorry, mate. I was looking a bit rugged when I was out there, but I couldn't be bothered. And then they were like, "You look like you lost weight." I was like, "You look good." And I was like, "I just think Dan's family don't eat anything, so that's probably why."
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's probably more this time you've noticed it because we probably acclimatized to the complete lack of activity that people do out here. So we've just naturally tapered down the amount of food we eat, like naturally, because me and Laura both, we've never, I say, struggled with weight. Like we've always been more undereaters than overeaters anyway. So I think we've just naturally found that point for us. And I can see why people, when they move to Dubai, put on a shitload of weight because you just don't walk anywhere. Like Tom said, when you live, he's like, you fucking don't go anywhere and walk that many places. So for me, it's definitely been that. It's like I just don't need as much fuel. So I've just naturally tapered it down. Yeah, it's probably why you noticed it a bit more. But Isabel's not a big eater either. Like doesn't eat loads at breakfast, doesn't just like snacks here and there. But yeah, interesting that. Picked up on it.
Yeah, super. And then like, obviously me being back, I'm not because obviously I'm doing Hello Fresh and stuff, so I'm a little bit more portion controlled and stuff. But yeah, still, I still think I'm back. I still eat more here, 100%. Well, I'm more active as well. So
yeah.
Apart from what I've done, like 15,000 steps today, worked out, and seen a few clients and stuff. So yeah, it's a bit different. But my training, as people probably saw, did some fun moves. Everybody's favorite. Got a lot of saves that one, didn't it? A lot of saves. Probably more saves than fucking likes. Brilliant. Like the fucking thing if you save it, please. On one of my reels. Reels, they're always fucking weird. I never understand whether they, with the reach and whatever, but got a lot of comments and messages off the back of it. So I try to share little random gluey exercises because I think that's what people think I do. Don't get me wrong, 80% of the shit is still lifting heavy things, lifting like stuff quickly, but there is probably sprinklings of exercises that obviously I take for granted, and then I sprinkle them in to keep people glued together. So that was a posterior load or posterior chain kind of cable lift, which I don't think I've ever seen anybody do, to be honest. And it's one of my things where people tend to lack the ability of hip extension. So you're matching, obviously that old profile of matching the mechanics of the cable. So you got to line that up. And then you've got a shit ton of kind of motor control happening on that front leg and that ankle stability. It's pretty good for people who suck through their adductors. and have shit hip stability and fall over lots. Cool. Have a go. If you fall over during your Bulgarian split squats, go look at my last reel. I think it was my last reel. I think I posted it yesterday. Not too sure, but it was fun. Good fun. Dipped out the Exos tool book, that is. Believe it or not. If you don't know what Exos is, go Google it. Cool, Daniel. So my training will be looking more, I think just all round until January, I think. All round. I'm just going to keep myself healthy. 2 cardios, 3 weight-based sessions, and a movement-based session. I'm not going to train 6 times. That's never going to happen, but I'm gonna endeavor to. So actually, I've got golf as well. So indoor golfing
counts, doesn't it?
I know. I'm only going to take my driver. And also I need to unpack. Oh, of course I unpacked. My bag is still sitting next to me right here. Anything worse than unpacking when you come back?
I hate unpacking.
It's so shit, isn't it? You're just like, ugh. There's going to be a case. I think by the end of this week, I think I've got most of the weekend free, but I think I might do it then. Wonderful. Any other business then?
No, not from me. All good.
No, not from me. Go sign up for Blitz and wait till Friday for your sign up for, I think I'll be only accepting sign-ups for like 10 days until Cyber Monday, I think, for the Combine. All good. Thanks for listening, guys. We will catch you next week.
See you later.